Welcome back to Soar Financially. Wonderful good morning, wonderful good afternoon. We have a breaking news special for you. I'm joined in a few short seconds by Philippe Cloutier. He's the president CEO over at Cartier Resources, a known quantity here on the channel, and the company's got some breaking news. They just released results actually this morning from their Chimo Mine project, and they found a new zone. Let's take a look. Let's get Philippe on the screen here. Philippe, it's good to see you. Wonderful good morning to you.
Good morning.
You could feel my excitement a little bit. For some reason, my mood actually has changed in general towards like I was down in the doldrums during our conference. I was like, gold, But for some reason, something's changed. Maybe I started exercising again. But my mood has changed. Okay, so I'm really excited about your press release. Why don't you run us quickly through the highlights? And I've got some follow-up questions for you, Philippe.
Okay, well, the highlights is, as you know, since last August of 2022, we've had two machines operating on the property nonstop 24/7, drilling and trying to expand the resources around the fourth resource estimate that we produced October of that year, 2022. And those two drills have been delivering in this winter when the ground kind of froze up to the west of the shaft. We sent the machines out there and started drilling immediately west of the shaft in an area that was previously off limits because of the property boundary. And what do you know? We've had several releases now, and that area we're actually discovering that the area west of the shaft is theoretically going to behave just like east of the shaft, and we should be cranking up the number of ounces.
Absolutely. I just pulled up the graphic here of the long section as well, just beautifully showcasing where the results are from today and how, let's call it virgin territory it is. These are the first drill holes in that area. Is that correct?
It is, especially on the boundary. At surface, the previous owners had drilled right up to each other and obviously had shown that there was the same types of veins and gold intersections at the Chimo Mine. But nobody ever drilled at depth, half a dozen, if not a dozen holes. And all of them are reporting grades, higher grades of you're seeing 20 grams over a meter. But more importantly, you're getting, 2.5 to 3 grams over 10, 15 meters. And with the ore sorting being demonstrated out at Chimo, that's going to end up being 5 or 6 grams at the mill. So we're very happy. It's virgin. Once we continue drill, we expect this to continue generating an ounce increase at Chimo.
Fantastic. How accessible are those ounces? I see the shaft. There are tunnels going across. Super easily accessible.
That's one of the reasons we prioritize those targets. Is they're right off. They're adjacent to the current underground workings. And a lot of the mine plan that you were seeing in the PEA tend to favor or prioritize and rank more highly ounces that are in and around the current underground workings because they have higher value. They're easily accessible.
Fantastic. Philippe, you showed me a video before we hit record, and it's the first time I've seen it, but I think you brought up mine plan, so I think it makes sense to discuss that real quick and just show it to the audience as well, just to put some context around what the results mean from today.
Sure. So here you go. Let me know once it's on your screen.
It's there. Yeah.
Okay. So what you're looking at is a 30-second sequence of 10-year mine life at Chimo. Dewatering the shaft, underground access to a ramp, mining the main Chimo Mine area, drifting out towards the East Chimo Mine area, mining at the East Chimo Mine, and then finally drifting out towards the West Nordo area, and eventually getting to mine that in year 10. So you could understand, if you could see my cursor here, that the results just west of that area is quite important because there's no reason there would not be a mirror image to the west as what we're seeing to the east. So and what we're doing right now, we've only just filed the hefty 43-101 of the PEA, I think a week ago, and now I'm actually reaching out to an entirely new audience and showing these video sequences, and hopefully within a week or two I'll have the verified 3D model as well to help me out and finally show the inner guts of China.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, obviously I can say it. It seems like ounces are being added. You have to put a report around it. I can say it because I can see it, right?
Yeah.
So it seems like that is happening because grade is holding up, and it seems like to be a mirror image of what we're seeing there in East Chimo Mine and West Nordo, obviously, right?
West
Where
Nordokai would be the next series of results. That you're seeing that to the east end of the slide. We were drilling that recently, so the next few releases should be in and around that.
Fantastic. You mentioned next releases. I see there's one line in the press release, and I've seen a flurry of press releases this morning alone of companies in Quebec having to halt exploration. How is that affecting you? Like, what's the situation in Quebec? If you can give us an update.
Yeah, well, on Friday we got the ministry's advice to halt all drilling activities. So we pulled out the personnel. The machines are still on site, so we actually have a temporary hold on our drilling activities since last Friday, and we're monitoring the situation quite closely. They had to evacuate the Lac-Simon-Algonquin community that was brought to Val-d'Or. And I myself can attest to the fact that Saturday and Sunday the air was kind of thin. I mean, I'm pretty fit, and the smog and the smoke was pretty intense.
Yeah, just to put some context on it, because I'm sure a lot of people are seeing all the press releases this morning. Any expectation on how long that holdup is going to be? Like, is there any guidance from the government?
Currently, the only guidance there is from the government is nobody's allowed to access the forest. Nobody's allowed to have open fires. And frankly, if you look at the weather stations, I don't think I think this is going to be another 2 weeks, and I don't anticipate anybody being allowed to go back in for another week or so for sure. Even then, it may take some time because the weather conditions are particularly sunny, dry, no rain forecast. Listen, you got to play it safe, and that's our industry is about health and safety in the environment. So we're going to listen to what the government has to say.
Fantastic. Philippe, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Great press release just showing more of the size potential here of Chimo, and good luck marketing today.
Well, thank you very much.
All
You
right.
have a nice day, sir.
We'll catch up soon. And to everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. This was a breaking news special here on Soar Financial. Appreciate you joining us. Hit that like and subscribe button as well. Leave a comment. What do you think is happening? Like, what do you think the size potential of Chimo is? Put that in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Obviously, we're biased. We're shareholders, and we work with the company very closely. Read the disclaimer. Nothing to hide here. And we'll be back with lots more. Thank you so much for tuning in.